I'd like to thank everybody for joining me today. It's a start of a new year. I think this is a great time for us to discuss, reviewing life insurance policies for ourselves and also for our clients to help them make sure that the policies that they have are doing what it's intended. If I look at policy review, the biggest thing with policy review is looking at the goals, the life insurance goals that we have for those policies. With every life insurance policy, of course, we have a death benefit. A death benefit that we would like to use that to help our loved ones to pass on wealth to our heirs, to, protect our business, our spouse, whatever it is, that life insurance death benefit is going to be a big part of it. If you look at these newer policies, they have living benefits, especially the long-term care type benefits. And as as we age, there's a strong probability that we're going to need some help in those later years to make sure that we can have that long-term care help that we need, whether it's in a facility, whether it's at home, whether it's with family. But having those living benefits and life insurance just gives us another way to utilize the policy that we're purchasing. Finally, the last one is, do we want cash value growth inside of our policies? And as I look at life insurance, most people think, oh, it's just a death benefit. I just need to pass away and somebody else will get to use this policy. But if you look at the cash value and the living benefits, there's things that these policies that can do that really take care of you while you're alive. And if I look at this, there might just be one need, there might be multiple needs here. A lot of times I see it's a combination of one or two or all three of these types of benefits. So we want to review these policies and see, do we have those things in our policies the right way? Do we need to, update our policies? Or is the policy we have doing exactly what we want? When we start that policy review, the first thing is to gather information. Let's get statements. Statements can tell us a lot of what's going on, but really not the whole picture of now going forward. If you get a current in-force illustration, now you can see putting in the premium that you're expecting to put in, whether that's more premium, less, none. What is that going to do to your policy? Is it going to be around when you need it? And so going and getting that in-force illustration is going to really help us understand what's going on with the policy today and going forward into the future. But with every policy, when you bought it, things have changed. What are your goals and circumstances now? Have you had those significant life-changing events, a death, a marriage, a birth of a child, building your business, retiring? All of those circumstances that you're in are going to affect how your policy is going to be used. Doesn't mean the policy's wrong, but it may be wrong for your circumstances. So we want to know, have things changed? And if so, what should we do? Finally, when you start going through this review, we get down to the results. And these results, what I like about a review, it's not about a sale. It's about making sure what you have is the best for you and is going to do what's needed. So if you look at the results, the first thing might be keep your current policy. It's designed right, it's fits, it's doing exactly what you need to do. Maybe we need to adjust the death benefit or premium. Increase it, decrease it. Let's look. Or would the living benefits be something that we need to add to a policy? Now we can't add it without changing the policy. So sometimes we have to look at, your current health, your current age. Can we get you a better policy? And it all comes down to there again, meeting your goals, meeting your objectives, and getting the best fit that we can possibly do. Finally, when you start looking at these your current policies, what are your options? It's one I always like to think we have options. I look at, we don't ever want to be sold something that we don't want or don't need. That buyer's regret is real. I talk to people that have bought cars and boats and it was exciting to buy it, but the next day, not as exciting. With your life insurance, we want to make sure it's doing what it's supposed to do. So as we go through this review, If that current policy is meeting all of your goals and objectives, keep it. Don't change it. Just understand now that it's doing what you need to do, so stay on course. And what I mean by stay on course too is if you have if you have remaining premium that needs to be paid in, make sure you keep making those premium payments. If you're allowed to stop, great. But there again, if it's meeting your goals and objectives, you keep the policy just and be happy. Pat yourself on the back for having exactly what you need. But here's what's nice. Now you know it's up to date and current with your current goals and objectives. Finally, it's going to come down to, do we need to change it? And if your policy is not meeting the current goals and objectives, then would you rather know now or would you rather know when the train wreck happens sometime in the future? And most everybody would like to know now. And if it makes sense to change it, let's change it. Maybe that's, convert a term policy. People buy term policies, especially when they're younger, they're cheaper, they're a great tool for those that just need that death benefit coverage. But now you've grown in your business, your finances have grown. Now it might be time to say, okay, I don't want a policy that's going to end in 10 years or 20 years or whatever. I want a policy that's more permanent and has all the other benefits as well. So you can convert the term policy. You can exchange that existing policy potentially to a new policy. And so under the tax code, under section 1035, we can do a tax-free exchange of one policy to another as long as our owners and insureds are the same people. And if we can do that, now we can add those additional benefits. Maybe you want to add, more premium. Maybe you want to add more death benefit. Maybe you want to add those long-term care benefits. Whatever it is, let's take the current policy, let's take it and convert it into the new policy that is going to provide you with the protection that you need for your current estate and as it grows. You can always exchange a life insurance policy for an annuity. Now, you can't change an annuity to a life insurance policy tax-free, but we can exchange a life insurance policy to an annuity. What that may be is if you've now built up cash value in that policy, but you need it now for a set, retirement income. Maybe having the annuity versus the life insurance is a better fit for you. There again, it's not, one thing or the other. It's making sure you get the right fit. Finally, you can also exchange that life insurance policy for a more of a policy, a long-term care policy that is focused on long-term care. Not as much death benefit, not as much on cash value, but focused on long-term care benefits. And so as you look at this, it's just as you do the review, number one is, where are you at today? Now, you bought your policy somewhere in the past. I understand that. Now we're looking at it today. We're years further down the road, and we're going to look at it today. We're going to understand your goals and objectives. We're going to review the policy to see how it's been operating and acting and growing and whatever. And now you can make a decision based on you going forward, what's the best fit. But always remember, the first thing on the list here is, if it's doing what it's supposed to do, keep it. No changes need to be made. But if you need to make changes, there's opportunities to do that. Now, just understand, one of the issues we'll have at that point is insurability. And so you're older and health may have changed, but there again, life insurance costs have come down, so that may not be as big of an issue as you think it is. Finally, as you think about life insurance, it's there to complete the puzzle, whether you're talking retirement or family or long-term care, your business, what if. All of that is that puzzle that you're building for you. A lot of times the glue that holds it in there, the last piece of that puzzle is the life insurance. So we want to make sure the life insurance is there for you. It's doing what it's doing what you want it to do, and you're protected for now going into the future. I appreciate everybody getting on, and if you have questions, always feel free to reach out. Thank you.